Yeah, it's been obviously one of those seasons where it hasn't really gone to plan, but like you said, there's been games of we've had good moments and we've had moments in the game where we've just let it slip away a little bit. But I felt like we weren't very far away from being our best. We missed out on a few last over finishes as well, where the games came down to the last ball, last over. But yeah, I think on reflection, we probably didn't deserve to get to the playoffs because we probably didn't click as well. But that's another opportunity for next year and an opportunity to learn from the tournament, a new tournament, and yeah, very excited to come back again. Yeah, it's different. Obviously, the conditions here in South Africa are very different to other places in the world, so it was adjusting. The pitches are quite spin friendly in Cape Town the first part of the season. But I think we had so many great options with the ball, so we had to be very adaptable. Sometimes I took the new ball and then Joff or KG, and then George would also take the new ball as well. So it was we adjusted pretty well, but on reflection, it's again, we just come back next year and learn from what we didn't get right this year. Yeah, I think the season was a good season, but I think we just didn't click when we needed to. The big moments in the game, we probably let slip away a few overs each game that probably cost us the game. So on reflection, it was probably a season where I guess we were frustrated because we had a very good team. We just obviously managed to not come up on top. There's some very strong teams in the tournament as well. And I guess with it being the first season, it was also quite tricky to get used to those combinations. And I guess next season with more familiar faces and guys knowing their roles, it'll be good next season. I think my goals were obviously to try and win the tournament, but I guess on a personal level it was to come try and add with bat and ball and in the field with some of with the opposing players, trying to put pressure on them when I come onto bowl, when I bat. Started the tournament quite slowly personally, but I guess managed to find your way in. Tournament cricket is like that, you kind of go good days and bad days, but I think it's been fantastic. It's a great group of guys, and there's a lot of talent and ability in the dressing room, with the coaching staff as well. There's been a lot of conversations had about how we can get better and what areas that we didn't get right, but overall it was a fantastic season. I've really enjoyed the environment, but hopefully next year we can make the playoffs. Yeah, it was great. They was a very experienced coaching staff, so they had a lot of experience of franchise cricket as well, and with Robbie as well being a local in here in South Africa, his knowledge on the conditions was very helpful towards the group, and with Jacob as the bowling coach as well, we had great conversations, and then Kato as the head coach as well, so there was a lot of great conversations had. I think it was a tricky time, but obviously with the new season, the tournament came around quite quickly, so there wasn't much build up towards the tournament, but I guess the conversations were always had on days off, and knowledge from the local players about opposition, and there was great conversations had. It was just unfortunately we probably just had moments in the game where it didn't really click, and we've spoken about that and we'll learn from it next time. Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably one of the best bowling attacks I've played with, I guess, with the experience of KG, and then obviously Joff with his express pace, and then you got Rashid Khan being one of the best spinners in the world as well, and George bowled really well as well. Odin bowled really well. It was an amazing bowling unit to bowl with. We had so many different options with the ball, and I guess it was great to just chat to fellow, I guess, superstars in the game, to kind of who know the conditions, who know how to play at the top level, just to have those good conversations, learn from each other. I thought we did really well as a bowling unit. We had great conversations on and off the field. I guess just some days we nearly snuck the team back into the game when we were probably a little bit short with the bat, but I guess it's a really great bowling unit to be a part of. Yeah, it's been amazing. Like you said, I played a lot of IPL cricket, but where you go there's a lot of different guys coming in together to play with the Indian players, but I guess this time is a bit different. You play with the majority as the South African players. We had a great group of South African, very talented, strong players, and then you add some of the experience of the overseas players and overseas coaches and local coaches, so it was all came together really nicely. I thought the atmosphere in the group was really good. We just had moments in the game where in another day we would, on reflection, we probably would have got it right, but the mood was always good, positive. We always took the positive option, and we always kept smiling and trying to enjoy. The crowds have been amazing as well. The support in Cape Town, firstly, when we started by the MI fans, was amazing, and that can only get bigger when the seasons become more often, and the fan base will get bigger and bigger. So thank you to also for all the fans as well. Yeah, that's the really big part of it. Like when the season isn't going too well, it's the most important thing is to stick together, because if you fall apart, it will just be a very tough and end to the season, and no one would be enjoying it. But the way we enjoyed, obviously we started off quite well, and then we've been trying to chase some results, and unfortunately we didn't win. But I thought the mood and the attitude in the camp was amazing. Guys tried to win all the time, and we were trying our best till the last ball, which is a massive credit to the group. You saw that game against Pretoria, where we nearly pulled it back in the last couple of overs when we probably were a little bit short with the bat. So it's small things like that. If we just add a few little pieces next time, I guess we'll come out on top, and I think it's an exciting group for the future. I think so, yeah. Obviously I have my two brothers who play cricket as well, so when we grew up there was a lot of backyard cricket and competition, and in the garden messing around with each other and trying to get each other out. I guess I'm a very competitive person on the field, so I guess that's one of my go-tos, is try and be as competitive and get into the battle as much as possible. And those big moments when the game's on the line, you want to be the guy who stands up for your team. So that's always the way I've played my cricket. But this season was one of those seasons where we had moments of brilliance, but like I said, we haven't just clicked all the time. But I guess that's what happens when it's a new season, and next year guys will come back experienced and ready for competition again. Yeah, again, just keep progressing and keep improving, trying to get better at my game. Obviously we'll go home now. We go to Bangladesh with England in a couple of weeks' time, which will be another good series. With the World Cup being in India as well, the conditions might be pretty similar with the surfaces, so that would be a good tournament, good tour for us to get used to those conditions. Then obviously the IPL will be another big one. Obviously not playing with MI, but I guess it'll be an amazing opportunity to play cricket in India again. I love playing cricket there, and I guess, yeah, play as much good cricket as possible, and keep trying to win some games.
It's lekker.